Hey, welcome to Taking the Time. It's Friday, and we have another cool review for you guys to share. And we're probably going to get right into it because I can't really think of anything going on in the watch world other than people fighting about the stainless Daytona and that Zenith. It's all I've seen all week.
Everybody needs to put their big girl panties back on and just accept the fact that they both exist, and they're both going to exist. That's it. They're going to,
right.
and it's here's the thing: when manufacturers compete, it's then the customer wins. So you want them to compete with each other. You want them,
But those two aren't going to compete.
No,
that's the thing.
they
Rolex is going to have a waiting list for 10 years for Daytona.
Well, yeah, the same with the El Primero. It's in the past that movement has been used in the Daytona. So it's a copy. It's a thing. But
it's a ceramic bezel on the existing El Primo chronograph. That's all it is. But hey, that's not what we're here for.
Boy, did that cause a stir in the world of people that probably can't. Most of the people complaining probably can't even afford them. I can't, so I have no comment.
Or it does. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter if you can afford a Daytona, because you can't get a Daytona. Like, can you get a Daytona? Can you walk into a store and get a Daytona? No. And I mean, honestly, I went on the Zenith website earlier, and then and that new one was sold out too.
You can't get that either, so it doesn't.
So it's like
they're gonna. Anyway. Yeah, it's. I think it's just funny. But hey, there's. I think I would imagine that they're both great watches. I don't have the resources or inclination for either, but and that's fine. Yeah, I mean it's
the Zenith is 10,000.
Yeah,
and Daytona is 14, 15. Last time I looked, the Daytona was around 14, 15,000. I don't know what it is now. It could be more, but
yeah. And I mean that's what I paid for my Indian motorcycle. So.
Right. Hey, do you want to trade up or trade down or trade?
Yeah,
hey, the thing is, in 5 years, that Daytona will be worth more than that motorcycle.
Maybe, yeah.
I guarantee. Well, if it was a car, yeah. But anyway, holy cow, we got sidetracked.
That's okay. And going back to that, I want to thank everybody that gave some great commentary on the show the last time. About the tangents, about if you missed it, you can go back and watch that. I know some people watch this on YouTube, and we can't see the live comments from that, unfortunately. But got a lot of really good. It is a lot of fun, Robert. Absolutely, and it's a great bike, but we got a lot of really great feedback from everybody, and we thank everyone that watches this and listens to us babble on about weird, crazy stuff, and then we switch from watches to motorcycles all of a sudden, and it's turns into Brian and Brad's random hour, and then it just goes on forever. But
we should rename the show "Two Idiots Talking About Watches and Stuff."
That's pretty much the that's what I when I shared it to my own Facebook page, I said I think the title was The Hemel Air League and Shenanigans.
Yep.
Because it pretty much summed up the entire show, and we had some fun with some of the viewers. We had fun, and people, and it's great. We like it when you guys comment, even after the show. It's fantastic because we still get notifications and things like, hey, somebody commented on this, and we really take it. That's great feedback. That's what we want to hear. Hey, are we terrible? Do you want some Yes, well, I'm going to get out this
I mean,
this
and
tool.
we talked about it between now and the last show, and I don't think that either of us could
Pretty much. Yeah.
could have a sterile show where it's just, you know, some people would say super tight, super clean, and that's not, you know, maybe that's entertaining, but that's why I don't watch reviews, because it's boring in my opinion. So that's not what we're going to do. We're here to entertain. We're here to share some cool watches with you. Maybe you learn something. Maybe you find out about a new watch coming out. Maybe you find out about how great a watch is that you've seen before and you just, balked at, or I don't know. But I mean, we're just trying to have some fun, enjoy watches, and we know there's a lot of people out there that are pretty much just like us, that collect watches, love watches, and love a lot of other things too.
Yeah, I mean that's it, and that's what it's about, and it's kind of our motto. It's kind of our mission. It's for the love, the enjoyment of watches and horology, timepieces, etc. Could be clocks. I mean, we could do a show on clocks. God, I got a cuckoo clock. Sure, I just bust it out, hold it up. Yeah, here's a cuckoo clock. I mean, if you guys want to see that, let me know. You want to see? You want to see? I know Brad has a really great collection of pocket watches. So
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to share some pocket
as you
watches.
go through the kind of the evolution of time and horology, it's not just watches. I mean, today I'm still rocking the Hemel Air League today. Again, we did this review. It's still going strong. I still haven't um, done the water tightness test yet, but maybe I will. I'll just throw it in a bowl during the show.
I'm gonna tease Robert real quick with
Oh,
this
very nice.
24-hour version of the 6498 97 98. I can't remember now. He knows what it's for.
That's a 24-hour. It's going to be a 24-hour dial on it.
Yeah, it's for the GCT clone. Yep. All right.
No, yeah,
So you showed me what you're wearing.
I did. Yeah,
We don't really have much news. Chinese New Year's coming up, so we're probably not going to get a whole lot of news. But I'm wearing the Mint Evolutive Divemaster.
Oh, sweet.
And if you guys have one of these, you notice anything special about this one? Like maybe that black bezel?
Yeah.
That black on black bezel? Okay. So I'm jumping right in.
Do it.
I was talking, the way this came about was me and Mike posted, or somebody asked about end links on a watch. And my reference point was how the Tudors or the Daytonas have the matching, to where basically the end link works into the strap. And Mike, one of the owners of Mint Evolutive, was posting his design, which is this right here.
Something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking more like,
so you're losing that gap. I mean, you got a watch with a bracelet. So this watch comes on a bracelet as well, but that metal piece fills in the gap of whatever we're talking about, right? And so that's how this review came about. Is we were talking about that, and I'm like, that is quite ingenious way of doing it. And we were talking, because at first I was like, how's that work? What's this all about? And then we started chatting, and I'm like, man, that's pretty genius, because most people don't bother filling in that space, right? It's just a bar space, with a curved case, especially if you have a strap.
More like this, right? Where you will see a gap where it's, in here.
Exactly.
And so,
watches, I that's why I don't put other bracelets or the straight bracelets on mini watches, and I pretty much just don't. But man, that looks clean. You can put straps on this, and it's got that nice full solid look. I love it. So specs real quick.
It has kind of a Tudor style end link on there. It's just
It kind of does look like. I mean, the Tudor and the Rolex are basically the same. It's the same design, but it's a very similar style. But the difference between this and say the Tudor design is you use the end links from the bracelet on the Tudor.
right.
So you take that end link. So the strap, it's a custom notch strap. So you have to have special made straps. And I mean, we know I'm a strapaholic, so that's annoying. That's frustrating because every strap that you want to wear for a Tudor or a Rolex, it has to be custom made just for that notch to work like that.
Yeah. So,
and that's how the bracelet looks like. We're going to pull the website up later so you can get a good view of that. But so it's a 40 millimeter watch. It's an NH35, and I posted on Instagram. At taking the time on Instagram, I gave a kind of a macro shot of different parts of the watch to give you guys a good look. But it's a nice exhibition case back, and it has a custom rotor with a logo. Try to get a good view there. So here's the biggest thing about these guys, right? They are thinking out of the box, or they're putting more in the box, however you want to look at it. But these watches are designed to be customized. And now you can just buy the watch. It starts at $229. It's a phenomenal deal. Sapphire 316L stainless. All the standard bulldog specs, right? You can beat this watch around, pick it up, throw it on your wrist. It's still ticking, still good to go. Here's where they set themselves apart from everybody else. You can buy a kit, and so the kit that I got came with 4 bezels. The nice smooth bezel on the watch is how it came out of the box. Okay.
I like that. I'd like to see that.
Here's a gold tone dive bezel. And here's a muted dive bezel on a stainless ring. Okay. So in the box, it also comes with the tool, which is what I'm going to call basically a plastic razor blade. So you can't cut yourself, because if you use a real razor blade, I could see me slipping and slicing my hand. Now,
or you're gonna mar the watch or the bezel or something. You don't want to jam just metal in there and just
Right.
You could.
I changed the bezel on this watch 2 or 3 times, and I'm going to do it on camera. And I was like, man, I better practice this so I get it right, so I'm not fumbling around. But it's so simple. After the first time, it's like, oh, this is a breeze. But I'm going to stand up, try to get this in view. I just slide it down, pop it right off. Okay. So this, and Mike was telling me that this black bezel hasn't came out yet, technically. So
spoiler,
they're going to be releasing this for sale very soon. I believe it's going to come with the limited edition special ops. Mike, I'm sorry. I rehearsed all this, and I know it's something ops. I think it's special ops. It's the Cali dial version of the Defender, which is a super cool dial. The texture is quite impressive. And we'll show that on the website too. But anyway, this bezel is going to be available soon for guys that already have the watch or find the watch. All right. So I'm going to take that muted bezel. I'm going to line it up, because when you talk about the bezel not lining up, now it's your fault. Popped it on. Voila. Piece of cake.
Unidirectional or bidirectional, or
it's a unidirectional 120. It's a dive watch. 200 meters, 600 feet, 660 feet. So yeah. And so what I did in the 2 minutes that I talked, or seconds that it took me to actually do this, is I completely changed the look of the watch. Okay. So super cool. I got I got 3 other bezels other than the one on the watch in the package, and there's various packages, and we'll show that too. I was impressed when I opened this box up, and I'm like, wow, it's got all kinds of accessories, and it's watch modding simple, or more for some people who aren't interested in taking a watch apart.
Well,
In addition to
don't need a bunch of expensive tools.
right. In addition to that, it came with a sailcloth strap, leather backed, quick release, and then this is the softest leather I've ever felt, a black leather. Now, this is the nicest buckle. That's like the buckle you're going to want to transfer over. It's got a cool shape. It's got the logo. Now, I mean, they've all got the logo on them, but they're two of the buckles are a little more simpler. And then like this is the nice fancy buckle that, I mean, it's a spring bar. You can pop it out and switch it on. And then on the rubber is a nice brushed strap. And again, there is a bracelet option as well. So there's the tools, all the tools you need to do any changing. It comes with spring bars because the rubber strap isn't a quick release, which is pretty genius because you don't want a quick release on the strap that you're most likely going to be diving with. So that makes sense. And then probably also the bracelet requires a standard spring bar as well. So, I mean, I was blown away, and I know we were going to like this one after we had talked to Mike and be like, hey, you want to send us over one? That's a super cool option. Yeah. The black DLC and the gold will be released soon. He was saying in the message. So, the
Mark Henta is asking, do the bezels wear out after changing several times? Are they gonna?
No. So here's the thing. Having taken apart like a Rolex Submariner before or a Sea Dweller, it's basically a similar system to that. You can pop them off, they click back in, but it also comes with extra I don't know what the proper term for that is, but underneath the bezel, there's like a kind of a retention spring, or it's a piece that drops in. So, I mean, even if it did wear out a little bit, you could switch that out because it came with each bezel. It came with that piece, but I wouldn't be worried about the wear from changing the bezels. I just wouldn't. Yeah. Click spring. Yeah. For the unidirectional. Thank you, Mike. Mike's in chat, so if you have any questions that we can't answer, you can always hit him up as well. But so I'm quite impressed with this. I personally like the Explorer style, the 369. It's not a copy of the traditional. It's its own. It's got nice fat minute marks throughout that you can see. I couldn't really think of anything that I don't like about this watch from a standpoint of the options to change bezels. The one thing I did want to do, and I asked, I'm like, can you pop the inserts out and switch those? Because I thought that this matte finish would look fantastic on that black bezel. So I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. But it's not designed that way. And it's probably in that case, I'm assuming that it might be glued in, or if nothing else, it's got a nice pressure fit like you would see on a Rolex. So, but I just can't say enough. I love the sword hands, and I actually have it set because I've been wearing it all day, but I'm going to move the hands over so you guys can see the hour hand is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. That's I'm really sword hands. That's easy. It's very easy to see.
Yeah, it is. It's very easy to read. It's very easy to see. It's a solid case, and I mean it's like modders in mind. Like, you want to mod your watch? Here's the parts to do it, and it's a great way to ensure that the quality's there because you're providing the pieces and they're made to fit the watch So, I'm not a modder. You are. But I'm thinking, how many times have we came across getting parts that don't really fit that great? And then you get, yeah.
Yeah.
This eliminates that, right?
In a lot of ways, it does, because what somebody did. Remember the toys, the Transformers, when you as a kid, you could turn it from a car in and up to like a robot. And it's kind of like that, but with a watch, you can dress it up, dress it down, change the bezel. There's a lot of guys that mod, and they'll change, the bezel to the matte black ceramics. Looks really sharp. And then I really like that smooth stainless one. I think that looks really nice. It'd probably look good with the leather.
Let me pop it on. Let me pop it on real quick.
So
it's not going to take any time.
What you're having is basically, you can make a watch almost for any occasion. You can go diving with it, go back, go home, shower with it on. Oh, that looks sharp.
It's now a dress watch. Yeah, I mean, I could
exactly. And you can wear it right out. Yeah, wear it out to dinner, and you're not wearing your big chunky dive watch, but you are, though. You're wearing the same watch, but it looks different, and you can play with it and have a lot of fun. That's really neat. So,
yeah, I mean,
I'm majorly impressed.
And you aren't voiding the warranty because it's
and I mean, exactly.
All these parts are made for this watch. It's these. What they did was they designed the pieces to be interchangeable, exchangeable, and durable within that process. Which is, I mean, it's on the website. It says the first to do this, and I don't know if anybody else is doing it anyway. So they may be the only people doing this. So
it's brilliant. I mean, it is. It really is. It's brilliant. I do mods and things like that, and I constantly, want to take stuff apart and see what it does and everything like that. But this is, and
I think we sold the watch. I think Charles is gonna cruise on
he's nibbling at the hook. I mean, it's
especially after he sees the website.
Charles, stay away from the website if you could help it. But really, hey, we don't really give buyers advice or anything. Like, I don't want to say, I don't ever want to be responsible if you're like, oh, you guys said this was great and I hate it. You're like, well, it's your own damn fault because you bought it. Then you listened to it. You should have done your own research instead of just listening to us rattle on about how cool it is. Like, and that was one of the questions that I asked Brad earlier when we were talking about that, because I was just like, wow, I've never seen this before. And I said, if you really knock it against a door frame or something, I'm sure it might pop off. But then again, there's watches that don't have removable bezels, or all bezels are removable with enough force.
So, okay, I'll tell a story real quick.
Yeah.
I've had a long list of watches, and one of the watches that I've had before is a Sea Dweller. What is it? 16660, something like that. Sea Dweller, Rolex Sea Dweller, right? And I was moving a couch up some stairs into an apartment, and I banged the watch off of the metal railing, and the bezel popped off. Like, I hit it just the right angle, and boom. And luckily, I didn't lose that little hook that sits in there. There's like a little spring hook it's just a little tiny wire. Luckily, I didn't lose that, so I could just pop it back on. But I mean, that's the perfect example of if you hit a watch the wrong way, it's going to pop off no matter what, and no matter how much the watch costs. So yeah. We've got the website scrolling, Mint Evolutive. I'm having a hard time saying that, and it's probably because I don't speak English or French or any other language.
It's really it's a strong name. Did you ever find out from Mike with about how how the name and how that came in.
You are not supposed to ask me questions I can't answer.
Well, I didn't know if
This
if
is how you know it's unscripted because
completely. But fortunately, Mike's here in the comments, and he can probably answer our questions so we don't look like total idiots. And
when we were talking, he described himself as the stepdad to the brand, if I remember correctly. So, because I remember we had a little bit of a conversation that so I don't know if he jumped in with the business earlier, and Alex. So I think Alex is maybe the lead. And forgive me, guys.
Yeah,
that's completely wrong. I know you guys are partners, but I think some of the designs maybe were Alex's original ideas, as I'm understanding it or recalling it. So again, forgive me. But yeah, the question is, how did the name come about? We'll probably get that in the comments later on so we can fill that in. Brian, do you want to go ahead and share? Oh, modular integrated novel timepiece.
That's Mint. Yeah, there you go. So it's an acronym.
It's an acronym.
Yep. Boom. The more you know. That is really cool. Now this stuff you're only going to find here because nobody else has asked that question.
You heard it here first.
You did. Boom.
I don't know.
Yeah, we drop those news bombs all the time. It's pretty cool. But let's take a look at the website.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, I want to give Risk Check Monthly a shout out. They're doing a oh my gosh, I'm just a loss for words. They're doing a nonprofit. Jeez, I'm gonna turn this over to you because I can't even speak right now.
Monthly is doing it's going to be another raffle, and I think it's they have a good number of watches, and
yeah, we're donating one of our review pieces that was given to us for the review to kind of help out. There's a number of watches. It's a raffle. So
it's winner takes all, but it's all going towards a charity over there.
Yeah. And we've had the Wrist Check Monthly website scrolling at the beginning of the show. 5 watches now. They've been hustling over there. We've been trying to get some connections too. So I know they're looking to get some more timepieces in the giveaway to sweeten the pot, so that there's more people that are going to win, more people that are going to bring in more money to help those causes. It's to help. It's a program that has started as a food bank, but now they're like helping out with rent and all kinds of stuff. £5 a ticket. Charles is on top of it. Thank you.
Yeah.
My mind went completely blank because I'm like, oh man, we forgot to plug those guys at the beginning of the show. So thank you, Charles, for kind of helping me get in the right direction there. But get in the Wrist Check Monthly group and find out about that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and pull up that website. And this is where you guys are going to lose it. I can't believe there's this many people watching us live right now.
Yeah, no, it's let's see if I can figure out how to. That's not.
I got you. I got you. All right.
Okay.
So here's the premium package, right? It comes with a number of straps, multiple color bezels. You can mix and match. You can put that maroon on that maroon bezel, or you can, whatever you want to do. So you got the stainless bracelet, the 316L stainless bracelet. You've got a deployment clasp. You've got the end-link pieces to put in, so that has that nice finish like I was showing you guys with the one that I have here. And then, of course, all the tools you need to complete that watch. And I made it list everything right there. Here's the catch. It's only $589. you've got like, I don't know how many different combinations of, you have four different types of bracelets, 3 bezels. That's at least a dozen options. So yeah, 12 in one. So essentially you make 12 different watches there. If that's too much for you, you can get just the watch for $229. There's a different package. I think if you scroll up, it's going to show a different package, which is a little more economical. So that's the 229 watch.
Yeah.
So keep going. Is that going to push us into the Defender? That is the Defender.
Yeah.
Go down. Sorry.
So, okay. Yeah. This is
okay. Here's another option for the Defender. And the same thing is offered with the Divemaster. It's $299. You've got 2 different bezels. You've got the bracelet and a NATO strap option and all the tools you need to do that. So, I mean, there's a number of different ways to achieve what you're trying to do. If you're a modder, go for the super pack. It's less than $600, and you got a whole buffet of parts and stuff to swap around. If you're on a budget, you can get something for $229. If you're kind of in between, go for that $300 and get the 2 different bezels, the tools, and straps. And I mean, yeah, seriously, like, we always talk about bang for the buck because, first and foremost, we review a watch and we take a look at the quality. And there has been times where we won't review a watch because it's not of quality. And our thought process is if it's a quality piece, then there's a place in the market for it. Now, if this was listed for $2,000, it'd be a harder sell. But it's got all the quality pieces you need in the watch. It's got the modding qualities that no other brand does. So, I mean, this is a fantastic place in the market for someone who likes dive watches, someone who likes to mod, or someone who just likes to, simply change it up. You can put that bezel on, dress it up, go out to dinner. You could throw the dive bezel on and jump in the ocean and do a 45-minute dive, whatever it may be. So this is a fantastic piece, and it's got a great place in the market.
I have a sneaky suspicion that now I don't know if they're interchangeable between the Divemaster and the other model, the Defender. But I have a sneaking suspicion that just like you have the, and there it is. You heard probably one of the things you probably heard it here, maybe first for some of you guys, that yes, they are going to be releasing more bezels. You're going to be able to, just pretty much, you're going to continue. If you can wear it with one, and until you just love it, and then say, you know what, I want to change it. Well, you're really going to be hard pressed to find 2 decent watches for that price. And what you have is actually a possibility of over a dozen, with more to come as an add-on for guys that, yeah, I mean, that's so cool. I love that. The end link technology is amazing. I think it's about time that's kind of trickled down from the high end stuff, because it shouldn't be that difficult, but for some reason, everybody thought it was, and it didn't. It just didn't trickle down. But
here's why. The straps on the Tudors and the Rolexes, Audemars Piguet is another one. They're custom. The shape of the strap is custom, so it's specific to that watch. But that's not the complicated part. You can get a strap maker to conform to that pattern, but the end link, so I mean the tooling and the molds and all that is extremely expensive to get that established for your one watch that you're making 300 of. I mean, the price would be exorbitantly more. So, and that's why it hasn't really trickled down until this, this design. It's it's an alternative way to do it to where it meshes up to that bracelet without it being proprietary.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, for the strap in-link connection, not. I mean, this is a proprietary design because that piece actually screws into the case. Is how it works.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah. So I thought, I didn't know if it was part of.
Yeah, if you look on the picture here, those two metal bars below the bezel, those are those I'm going to call them in links, and those two holes are where they screw into the case, so it just screws in.
So
that's why
you're talking about here,
exactly
the screw holes. So okay, so that's what the screwdriver's for.
Yeah.
Is to screw in the okay. So okay, I was wondering about that, and this is really.
It's clean.
I mean, like,
Clean.
boom, award right here. This is really cool. It is a little bit, what is it, about 40 millimeters, 41.
It's a 40 millimeter watch.
Yeah. And Mike says also all the bezels work on all the models. They're going to be they're available in ceramics, aluminum, and steel. So basically, as long as they're in business, they're going to keep making cool stuff for your watch that it's going to last you a long time. That's really neat to be able to have that option at that price point. Or if you want, you could buy in if maybe don't have the money for the big kit right now. You could get in and know that I'm sure there's going to be, sub packages and things like that where you can get, maybe, a different bezel, or, straps and things like that. I know. And Charles, I wish if it was a 44, I would probably be on it because I got a big old paw, but
yeah. Well, so here's, I want to be clear on the website, you click on shop and you can shop bezels, you can shop straps, and so on.
Yeah. I mean,
you can even buy dials. You guys are brave. Wow.
What? Wait, hold on. We're going to show everybody here because I'm in control of this. So hang on while you get ready to vomit as I scroll really fast down the page. But let's see. Yeah, you can get. Yeah.
So I mean,
here's pretty much what they have
hands.
now.
You guys are nuts, man. Selling hands and dials. Woo.
I have a feeling that might void the warranty because at that point you're
in it.
You're
in it to lose it or win it.
Yeah, I mean
that Defender Onyx dial is sexy.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, the strap combinations are basically endless. There's a bunch of them here.
For $103, you can get a bezel pack with blue, black, and maroon.
Oh yeah, shark mesh. Is that a stock? Yeah. Oh yeah. Here we are with the and they said the Defender and the Divemaster are interchangeable.
Yeah.
The bezels are, so you pretty much, and it's I guess how you want to see your indices.
There's so many options.
Yeah, I mean you're seeing this. The fun thing is that I'm seeing this for the first time right now because I didn't want to look at it ahead of time because I wanted that. Yeah, you get different kinds of maroon bundles, night sky.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could essentially, and so here's the thing: I saw a GMT for like $1,000, and all it was a bezel. It wasn't there was no GMT time, and I mean
here's a dual time. Yeah,
time zone is to put a bezel on there, and you just twist it to where you want it to be.
Yeah,
and then you got a second time zone, and that's the bezel for it. So I mean, you don't have to spend $1,000 on a watch that isn't a true GMT. That's a whole nother rant.
Oh wow!
Sorry, guys.
But are you seeing this?
Dual time. Yeah.
the Thunderbird, the Stealth. Sorry.
Yeah.
And everything else I'm seeing, I'm gonna start
If you
ordering.
get bored with this watch, I can't help you.
I'm going to start ordering some tools from you guys because you really, I mean, even a decent screwdriver, $3. I mean, that's pretty good. Tweezers are always very helpful, and let's see what.
Don't get me started on tools because my
Yeah,
screwdriver kept like $100 or
this and these
100.
yeah, I have multiple screwdriver sets. I have some in boxes. Here's I don't know, some here.
Yeah, no.
These are okay. Yeah, here's hands,
like,
and these are out of stock.
We have different standards of okay and quality on watch tools.
Well, it's funny because I do a lot of work. So
yeah,
it's an NH35. So there it is. You can get a date, a dial with a date window right here. Bam. This is just,
yeah, no, I love it.
And
he posted that that dial, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's a cool dial.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this is really, and I mean, this is more into heavy modding stuff because you could get the dial in the hand. So I'm surprised they're not selling a case back opener for it. It's pretty much one of the for the few things you need at the very end of the day with it. But let's go back to just where's the and
so if you're in the groups that we post these reviews in, you're gonna see.
Oh, and there's also there's an Intelligencer, and that's going to have the dual time dial or the dual time bezel with the date. Here's your Divemaster, Defender, and then there's another. There's three. But
and then they're coming out with a special ops version of the Defender that's going to be available February the 12th, and I believe that's the watch you're seeing in the Facebook groups being posted. So, and that's going to be on the same principle of being able to change. And all right, I'm gonna take this off the page real quick.
Okay, yeah, because it's going to make people sick.
You can shop later, my friend.
Well, no, I'm trying to get back to where we started, and
but so I mean, we're basically $589 for a maximum kit, of 3 bezels, 3 straps, bracelet, the in-link, all the tools you need. Tell me, I mean, I can't think of a better deal, especially if you want something that's transformative. It's where you can change different parts, give it a dress look, give it a sport look, and so on. So, all right, we try to cap these off at 45 minutes at worst. So,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's my take on it. It's a lot of bang for your buck. It's a solid piece. It's got all the good components. If you get over there, they have a giveaway running right now for the special ops. That's the one that's going to be available on February the 12th. So, got to sign up. You have to. It says we'll be posting again in the league and on Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. Sign up for the giveaway. You might want to watch. If not, just go ahead and go over there and buy one. What a deal!
Yeah, I mean that is you're getting a lot. You really are getting a lot for your money. I mean, I dare you to buy a dozen decent watches for that kind of price. No, it's not going to happen.
No.
And the way you can mix them, and then they're going to continue with
bezels and things like that. I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, Yeah, I know. I just showed you one that's going to be coming out soon. This black bezel, like, I love that.
Yeah, it's
That's
phenomenal.
slick. Yeah, it's a good look.
And you know what I like there is drilled lugs.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
user friendly, even with it should
good
have
lugs.
quick release tabs, but on the straps.
The-
But drilled lugs are
yeah, the
fantastic.
bracelet and the rubber do not have the quick release.
Oh, okay. So
The
it's easy.
leather,
Just take a little tool, poke, pop,
yeah,
bing,
exactly.
bang, done. Catch
Yep.
that. And, try not to shoot the spring, the spring across the house. Yeah. I've
Yep.
lost a couple that way.
Um,
Yeah, so,
one thing I didn't mention too much is packaging. The packaging's fantastic. It's a lot of people say there's no value in the packaging, but when I opened this box up, I felt like I was opening a very high quality piece. It felt more expensive than the price that you'd be paying for this package. So the warranty card is metal. Very cool. I always like metal warranty cards for some reason. So I mean that's all the information and input we can give you on that, guys. If you like what you see, head on over to the website. It's been scrolling below for the majority of the show. Right now, I got wristcheckmonthly.com on there so that we can give them a final plug. They are doing a charity raffle to help some people in need. And I tell you what, if there's any time that we should be helping people in need, it's with all the job losses and shutdowns and things that we've been dealing with what's been going on in the world. So get on over to Wrist Check Monthly. There's 5 watches now in the raffle. That's fantastic. Hopefully there's a few more. If you're a brand owner and you're interested in putting one in, getting a little publicity, connect with Sean or Rich over at Wrist Check Monthly and let them know that you're interested, and let's maximize the assistance we can give to those that are in need, as we're throwing money way by on our 20th watch or 15th watch or whatever it is. But I think that's it for us, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, we can kind of do. I mean, like you said, it was the packaging, everything was great. I know you might not have every.
The package I got was a custom. It was kind of put together specifically for me to review. So that's why we're seeing some different stuff.
Yeah,
Got some exposure on that black bezel. The smooth bezel is included, and some different components.
well, I mean, we've been doing this for a minute. Here's something cool. We're actually that comment. I know that comment because I know him, and that comment came from YouTube. So we are seeing people's comments from YouTube. Remember, we only thought you could see them if they were on Facebook. And Mark Henta, I know him. He lives in Germany. He's a great guy. He's a great friend of mine. And, stayed with him and, him and his girlfriend in Germany, everything. And I know that he doesn't have Facebook. So I know he's watching this on YouTube. So that is cool. We don't really push the YouTube side, but it's nice to know that we can see.
Well, it's going. It's going. We know it's going.
See, and it all comes together. That's probably one of the bonuses that we pay for. That when we make this show, it costs us money, but because it's about the love of watches, and that's why we are going to be donating one of our taking the time watches to the raffle with Wrist Check Monthly. We'll get with them. Maybe we'll give you a teaser. Maybe I can show you what it is. Some of you might know. Don't know, but it's gonna be really cool. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this today. I did.
Yeah, it's a bit longer, but
yeah, I think you really have something cool there.
To talk about.
Yeah, Mike, and the guys at Mint. That's
Really. Thank you guys for sending us the watch and letting us play with it. It was really cool. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully we get some units moved for you.
Charles, you want an autograph? Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you where I'm going to sign it. Yeah.
All right.
We'll keep
All right,
keep
with
it
that, guys.
PG. So
If you're watching this and you're not following us, you can find us at Taking the Time Watch Talk on Facebook. Sometimes it comes up as Taking the Time, but Taking the Time Watch Talk on Facebook, Taking the Time Instagram, Veterans Watch Collector channel on YouTube. So make sure you like us, follow us, love us. Have a good one.
yeah. Until next time, guys. Hey, we hope you enjoyed it. Hit us up, leave a comment, love it, hate it, whatever. And we might not care. So until next time, have a great one.